With more and more monster rookies entering the industry, many people believe that it will be a pressure for companies to recruit and filter out only the best of the best trainees for the upcoming acts. However, things don't really seem to go that way, because just within the past 1 year, and actually even until most recently, newly debuted idols still got involved in such major scandals that they literally pressed the cancel button themselves, right at the moment their years-long dream was achieved. Number 1. Le Seraphim's Kim Gara. If you mention the name Kim Gara right now, probably even your friends who aren't part of the K-pop league still know what is going on with this girl. Because 1, she managed to debut under the latest girl group of Hybe Source Music, and 2, her past is said to be so dark that not only K-nets, but many international K-pop fans are constantly demanding her departure from the group. Things all started after Hybe revealed Gara as the second new face of Le Seraphim, and because the power of netizens is scary, it didn't even take 1 day for them to expose her allegedly scandalous past. The first thing that got brought up was how Gara was a real bully back in secondary school. And what is even more shocking is that, very different from the previous bullying scandals breaking out in the past several years, the case of Gara is said to be so scary that a self-proclaimed victim had confirmed Gara's reputation as a gangster went beyond her campus, and both teachers and students at other schools knew about her. Other so-called victims of Gara are also reported to be so desperate and scared when being asked about their incidents with Gara that they all started to cry and collapse. Talking specifically about what Gara did, some claimed she was always part of big riotings, bullying, and violence at school. They said that when having the target, Gara and her group would insult and attack them through Facebook, and make fun of them in front of everyone. One person recalled that Gara went to school one day and pridefully claimed that she had just used a vase or brick to bang on the head of one student. Or another time was when she cyberbullied a friend, forced that person to admit something and to pick up the phone, or else she would beat the victim black and blue. There was also a person exposing Gara's habit of knocking on others' heads, saying that if Gara's juniors didn't greet her, she would immediately DM and assault them. This person also said that such things happened so frequently that the school ended up opening a disciplinary board to criticize her behaviors. Besides bullying, Gara was also accused of constantly drinking, being extremely arrogant, never afraid of dragging down seniors at school, frequently pulling jokes, and worst of all, saying that one of her biggest goals is to sleep with famous people. One of the so-called victims said she heard with her own ears that the first sexual target of Gara was BTS's V. This also ignited another series of dark photos about Gara's past, where she cut short the school's uniforms, which was said to be a typical sign of rebellious league in South Korea, constantly did erotic posings, taking pictures in front of sensual drawings, and posting provoking captions for her selfies on Facebook, like, "Can we have sex today?" And in the comment section, her friend was seen to be no less rebellious, with the comments, "Let me be your partner." Because none of these allegations were confirmed to be 100% true, netizens tried to dig for more evidence. First up, Gara's friends, aka her alleged bully gangsters at high school, were seen to write lots of congratulatory wishes to Gara on the blackboard at school. Besides mentioning the fact that she would soon debut under Hybe and Source Music with other famous names like Sakura and Kim Chaewon, there was also another phrase garnering the attention of people: "I've down, Le Seraphim up." Then on Pan, people found out that Gara was almost another piece of IVE, but ended up being kicked out at the last minute. For netizens, such information was nothing but an implicit confirmation that Gara was indeed a bully, who frequently hung out with bad people and was also exposed by Starship Entertainment at the final assessment round. However, things got even more confusing when Source Music denied all the allegations. From the company's stance, it was Gara who was the victim of slander and malicious accusations. They confirmed that the girl in those sensual photos is not Gara, considering the difference between Gara's finger length and eyebrow compared to the girl in the photos. Upon the harsh criticism aimed at Gara, Source Music announced that they will take legal action against baseless accusations, as well as disinformation related to this matter. Number 2. Le Seraphim's Kim Chaewon. Maybe Hybe and Source Music have been suffering from dark energy this year, because 3 out of 6 members they introduced were already caught up in scandals. For Chaewon, people said the fact that her video teaser was like a knockoff version of the Rolling Stones' Ride 'Em On Down, starring Kristen Stewart, ticked them off real bad. Some even pointed out that, while on the surface, Chaewon's teaser only copied the part where Kristen was dancing at the gas station in a white tee and blue jeans and eating the blue lollipop. Actually, the whole concept of Ride 'Em On Down was stolen for Chaewon, considering the rebellious spirit running throughout the teaser. The rock country background music to complement that spirit, and especially the signature navy blue that was present in every little detail to show power and authority. Basically, because every element in Write 'em On Down was incorporated with a clear cue to highlight the big picture, while Hybe and Source Music staff just cherry-picked some salient details for Taiwan's teaser without having the original, meaningful idea in mind, her video was said to be way too inferior, compared to the MV featuring Kristen Stewart. With such indisputable similarity, netizens can't help but wonder if this is a way for Les Seraphim to tribute the Rolling Stones, or if it's a dirty media trick of Hybe and Source Music to draw attention to the group, because they can't even thrive on their own. Number 3. Espa's Giselle. Somehow, for idols of later generations in big entertainment companies, there will always be some stains in the background that could easily slip through the rigorous checking rounds of companies, and are only revealed after the group's debut. The same also applies to Giselle, because after SM Entertainment announced that she would be the last piece of Espa, it didn't take netizens very long to find out that there was a thread accusing her of being a thug with a dirty past, getting involved in all sorts of raging parties, doing things that underage girls should have never done, and having used all the addictive substances, even including drugs and weed, back when she was just a high schooler. Though this post was deleted, probably under the pressure of SM Entertainment, because things got extremely quiet when they released a statement saying legal actions would be made against any people spreading malicious words about Giselle, the footprints of it can still be easily tracked down on the internet. According to various outlets that could record everything about the original post exposing Giselle, the OP also accused Giselle of her bad personality, suddenly ghosting everyone in Japan to become a trainee under SM, changing her phone number, deleting her Instagram, and maintaining no contacts with anyone. However, the most shocking thing to everyone was still the extremely rebellious pre-debut photos of Giselle, where she was seen at multiple parties, flipping off the camera, having the tongue sticking out as the signature posing, and choosing "That's Hot" by Paris Hilton as the quote for her yearbook. While these rumors were denied by SM Entertainment, many still believe that Giselle was still a thug at heart. And considering her latest scandal, where she mouthed the N-word in Espa's behind-the-scenes video, which was also deleted already, netizens have even more reasons to believe that Giselle indeed had a dirty past, like rumored. Number 4. Lee Solomon. Back in March this year, the internet was stirred up by a scandal where a newly debuted K-pop idol was accused of disrespecting fans, taking their support for granted, blatantly sending presents gifted by fans to his girlfriend, and worst of all, having no hesitation in blocking the ones who poured their hard-earned money into helping him achieve his dream. While the identity of this male idol was yet to be confirmed, many believed it was Lee Solomon, based on all the cues given by annoyed fans, and the fact that he was a person having only debuted for 4 months. According to some discontent fans, they had given Solomon lots of clothes, but very soon after that, a girl in his circle was seen wearing all these items, and even proudly publishing the photos on Instagram. As if trying to tantalize Solomon's fans, she not only posed with these clothes once, but many times on various occasions. However, what shook Solomon's fans most was still how he didn't hesitate to block those who tried to politely ask him and his girlfriend to be more cautious on social media next time. Things eventually peaked when he turned down fans' requirement to engrave the fandom's name on a present, though they spent up to 26 million won, equivalent to about $21,000 US for the gift. As the OP still hid his name, it's likely that they were still hoping for Solomon to change his way. But considering human nature to lapse back into their old ways sooner or later, it's very hard to tell if this way will really work. So, do you believe any of these scandals are real? And what makes you think so? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting K-pop content. Thank you for watching.